it's Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts. Thank you very much for joining me again for another The Spot challenge. This week we have a colour challenge and I'm sort of halfway through it, and I thought I would actually make a video of it rather than just having it as a static photograph. So our colour challenge is to use Blackberry Bliss, mint macaron and cinnamon cider. They are not colours that I would instantly put together, but they kind of work, I think. So I have trimmed down a small piece of the Gilded Autumn Designer Series paper from the new August-December catalogue. I'm beginning to get that right. And I'm using the press-on stamp set, which is also from the August-December mini catalogue. And as you can see, I have used this stamp here to stamp some coffee cups, and I've coloured them with blends. I'll do a very quick, this is how I made it. So I'll do, you know, one or two just so that you can see how it's done. So just ink them up with Tuxedo Black, stamp them down. Now I do like to normally just leave them to sit for a while, just to make sure that the memento is fully dry. I've got Blackberry Bliss, mint macaron and cinnamon cider blends. I actually used the light ones more than the dark, and I will show you which ones I've used on this one. This one I did actually use the dark mint macaron. So I'm going to have a light Blackberry Bliss heart. I'm going to leave that to dry while I come in with the dark mint macaron for the cup. And then come in with the cinnamon cider, starting at the middle where the Blackberry Bliss should hopefully be dry so it won't bleed. And then just colour that in. Simple as that. And then for the diagonals, I just again took the mint macaron and just coloured those. So it's really not difficult. It's just simple colouring. But you get the idea of what I did. So, and obviously you can use whatever colours you want, but if you're doing the challenge, you will want Blackberry Bliss, mint macaron and cinnamon cider. So I've got a Blackberry Bliss card base, a piece of mint macaron. As I say, I've trimmed down a piece of the Gilded Autumn Designer Series paper. And what I'm going to do is kind of make a shelf for my pieces. So I'm going to have that there. So let's find some Stampin' Seal and add that to the back of my piece of Designer Series paper. And pop that down. Now this is 1/2 inch. This is 5/8 of an inch. Yes, 5/8 of an inch wide. And I'm just going to have that sort of somewhere. The cups, I've lost a cup. Oh, there it is. The cups I'm going to pop up with dimensionals. Do my usual scrabble around to find my dimensionals. And my plan is I'm going to keep them in the same order because I think they work in that order. What I'm not sure is whether, no, I'm going to use small dimensionals. Get some minis. I think it's going to be safer to use a couple of those, or you could use the side bits of your dimensionals, but I've used quite a lot of the side bits of my current sheet of dimensionals. Some of these probably only need one. I think that only needs one. And then all I need to do to finish off. Spot the humidity still in my part of the world. So then all I need to do to finish the whole thing off is to stamp the sentiment, which I might as well do now while I remember. And I want the cinnamon cider. And I've got the All You Need Is Confidence and Lots of Coffee stamp. So actually I want it slightly further in. That's perfect. I thought that looked sort of coffee-like. So I'm going to leave that just to dry quickly while I sort this out. Now what I want to just check is how far across I need to come. About there. And I want it, let's see, I don't want it in the middle, and I don't want it too much one way or the other. That's going to come down. Oh, actually that ooh, decisions. That could actually go all the way up there, which would then bring that down. That's what we're going to do. Right, so more seal. Just get that started. I want to make sure I've got the end going. And then I need it to be yay long. So I need it a little bit longer. Oh, actually, ooh, don't you love them? I change my mind all the time. Right, so I've just had an epiphany. I think that's the right word, about how I'm going to do this. So, seal on the back. Let's just get this so that it's folded nicely. Right, so that's going to be the front. And the reason I've done that is because I've decided that I want this to go off the edge. So that's my mugs. So kind of yay would be okay. So let's line that up on my grid paper and then line this up on grid paper. Just check that that's basically straight, which it looks to be. Then I can trim this off with my snips. Like so. And then all I need to do is I need to start with my, which I'm going to start at this end and work across for no particular reason other than that's what I'm going to do. So that one's going to be, actually I might come so that they overlap the base slightly. So all I've done with these is fussy cut them. They're really easy shapes to fussy cut. So you know my whole thing that fussy cutting is just a question of practice. And these would be very good to practice on. Then the heart. And the wibbly lines. And then the dots. So that's our coffee done. Then this I just need to trim down. So I'm actually going to grab my trimmer rather than my mini chopper. So that is 1, 2, 3 and a bit. So 1, 2, 3 and a bit. And then this I want 3/4 of an inch wide, like that. That's probably actually a little too long. So let's come down to 1/2 inch at either end. So all I'm doing is I'm lining this up on the second line on my trimmer, which is 1/2 inch. because then I can bring in my pick a banner. This is the one from the annual catalogue, and then I like to put these things in upside down, because then I can see if I've got a problem, as in, you know, is there stamping sticking out the end. Just want to make sure that is square. Ooh, no, we can go down another one. Again, want that to be square in the punch. That's better. So I need to do it twice on this one. And I know there are all sorts of fancy ways of measuring and things, but whoops. I like to just do it the old-fashioned way, which might be why I'm, you know, struggling with little bits falling out. Wrong track, right track. Punch. And there we have our nicely punched piece. And that I'm going to pop all the way up here, but on dimensionals. And this time I will use large dimensionals, just 2. Oops. Pop that up there. And then I'm going to grab my enamel dots, my in-colour enamel dots, and I'm going to join these 2 pieces together, not literally, but just by adding 1 dot there, one dot there, and 1 dot, ooh, yep, that will do it. Or do I, no, I want it there. I do want it just there. And that then brings the eye down to what you're looking at. Now obviously we need a liner. Here is a liner. So let me grab my coffee beans and my cinnamon cider ink pad and just add some coffee beans on the inside of my card. That can then dry, and because it's a water-based ink, we can then come in with our alcohol marker, and this is the light one again, and just fill in, these are very light roasted beans, fill in our coffee beans. And then add that to the inside of our, whoops, add that to the inside. It's so warm here at the moment that everything is just going all over the place. Things are melting right, left and centre. Oops. And that is it, all finished. So do go and have a look at the spot challenge. You will find the link to that in my blog post, which is immediately below.